How is the medicine today when it comes to diabetes? I mean,
it's come so far.
Yeah, there you go. How far have they come?
So I was at the Jocelyn where she's treated, and I asked the doctor, what's it look like for a cure? Because that's what JDRF is going for.
That's the question.
We're going right at it.
Yep.
And he says, you know what, a cure is a ways off, but I would think that when your daughter gets to college, we will have some significant developments.
Okay.
And so a development that she's utilizing now is a pump.
Okay.
It's like a beeper. And,
does she have that on during this tournament?
She has that on.
Okay,
right
I think you can actually see it when she's pitching.
It's like a wire going into it, hooked into a beeper.
Okay.
And so you still have to take your blood through a finger, but then you can just dial up the button how much you should take, and it delivers it.
Wow.
And you change that every 3 days.
Okay.
So that's better than a shot all the time.
Yeah, the shots.
So it's coming a long way.
All right, that sounds good. As you're talking to him, thinking who was the guy who played for the Bruins who had diabetes?
Yeah, what was his name?
He was
a
with the Bees, and then he was with Chicago. But I know exactly. I can see him, but I can't.
What the heck was
I think he was number 44 or whatever. But not.
Jay Cutler. He's on the Chicago Bears quarterback.
There we go. You're right, Jay Cutler. That's right.
Yeah.
So
you can play.
No better evidence of the fact that you can. Yeah, if you can play a pro athlete.
Yeah.
Then that just speaks to the fact that if you're once you know you got it, you maintain it, you take care of yourself.
Yeah.
You can do anything you want.
There's a lot of great people doing hard jobs out in the community too, that have type 1 diabetes. So those people are really people for her to look at and say, you know what, I can get there too. And you need role models.
You got to have role models. Yeah. That's because you've been that to me for a long time. I just thought we should get that up there. Is she aware? Was she, I mean, Caroline, like last year, seen all these people come out really in support of, I mean, you and the family. I mean, did she have a moment of, wow, it was really cool, Dad? Or?
Yeah. I mean, the next day, they wanted to do it again that day. They can't wait for
another Field of Dreams football tournament the day after?
The day after. Yeah. So that was really thrilling for me, that they had such a great time, and all the feedback was great. It was a fun day.
But, I mean, it's funny because I know we talked about this before, but in trying to come up with an event, there's tons of road races, tons of golf tournaments. You wanted something, though, that was going to be available to not just kids, but adults and kids. Yeah. And how did you...
I mean, you can raise money having a party down Florian Hall, which often people do, or there's all road races, but we wanted really to reach out to my daughter's community and the kids for raising awareness purposes. And the money was actually secondary. But then we're just filled with generous people in the city of Boston, and the police department, and all of our friends and family, extended families, really...
They really turned out.
Yeah, the most gratifying part is that people really answer the bell when you ask them to, and And I guess we've done it for many causes, and it comes back to you. So.
Well, it's funny, too, though, but you guys really made it a fun day.
We did.
There was something for everybody. And I can see why people are excited about the second annual, because at the end of the day, it's a fun day.
Right.
What are you doing today? Well, I'm going to go play wiffle ball and, eat and hear Renee Rancourt sing the national anthem, bumping to Keith Yandel, a petting zoo, face paint. Why? What's it for? By the way, it's for juvenile diabetes research, which that's when you know you're onto something really, really good.
Yeah. We had a lot of people stop by, and the Mayor Menino.
Mayor Menino was in the house.
He was there for an hour or so, which I was thrilled with, and it's just.
But he didn't play wiffle ball last year.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
He was on the mend. But he's got a team in this year.
He's got a team this year. I think you already answered the question, but the highlight for you, if there was one.
The highlight for me is just seeing people who will respond to a call for help, and JDRF and juvenile diabetes is a legitimate concern. So if you have a real legitimate concern, people answer the bell and step up and donate, whether it's just their time or whatever money they can donate. So.
How grateful. I mean, we had some sound earlier from Heidi Daniels, and she seemed pretty fired up, as she should have been, last July when you handed over the big check for $32,500. But were they... And she seemed it, or it seemed that way from what she had to say and how she said it. Were they a little bit surprised at how well you guys did? Did they see the success for a first-time event?
No, they didn't. And what's funny about JDRF, and I'm glad, they don't offer much help. Yeah. They're really of little help.
Thanks.
But in a good way, because there's no overhead. Okay. So 100% of what I made goes to research, which I'm thrilled about. Yep. But that means we have to pick up the slack. But getting back to your question, I think they were shocked because they're not hands-on throughout the planning process. Yep. So when I called them and said how much we made, I think they fell out of their chair.
Awesome. Awesome.
So that was a good thing.
But to speak to the money, you said that everything you guys raise goes to JDRF. It also speaks to a number of people who you have to thank because all the volunteers are going to be there.
Oh, yeah.
How important are the volunteers?
The volunteers are huge. I have a committee of people who really step up and donate their time. and their energies and their stress levels. We're at a high stress level right now. We're coming right into the final stretch.
Right. It ain't easy.
It's not easy. It's like planning a wedding, although my wife would say I had nothing to do with planning a wedding.
Right, but we know that's not true. Yeah. Oh, you didn't? Oh, I think you did. Okay, all right.
But planning a major event, it's all the logistics of it, plus the fundraising efforts, and making sure, like, the last thing I want is to have people show up and not leave with a real good feeling.
Right.
So
you feel a little bit pressure because of the success of last year.
Yeah, but I feel good about it, too. Last year, I just didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
This year, now I know it's going to be fun.
But here's the thing. I mean, I think the biggest thing is you want something everybody can do. You got wiffle ball.
Yeah.
Everybody loves wiffle ball.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing.
Right.
And then you show up, you hope to get fed. They're going to get fed.
They're going to get fed.
You hope to get a T-shirt and then win a raffle prize or something. Or if you can feed somebody, give them something to do, and then stuff for like you guys go above and beyond. Now you get face painting.
Right.
Now you get the petting zoo. So you bring your kids, you bring the whole family.
Show.
The canine showed up.
That's a good time, Simon says.
Simon says.
I gotta get Simon his cred.
You get if Simon's watching. Yeah. Simon's not not watching the Stanley Cup and.
Brendan Fitzpatrick, he's Simon. So
Simon.
He's awesome.
Oh, we didn't know that.
Awesome.
Wow, the identity of Simon Says.
Yeah.
But a ton of people to thank. Anybody? The BAC, I know. Do they offer the location to you guys?
Yeah, they give us the venue. And,
okay.
They give it to us for free.
Which is huge.
Which is huge.
And the setup is great. You got 4 fields.
It's a huge turf field. We have 5 fields going at once with a 6th field for kind of the kids to just play on.
Yeah.
And there's no venue like it in the city. So it allows us, even if it rains, to have our tournament.
Which is great. And there could be a chance of rain.
Yeah.
Given the fact that we had tornado warnings out there today, there's a slight chance of rain. So BAC comes up huge.
Yeah.
And who else? Anybody else you want to?
Well, I think my committee, Karen Kelleher kind of is the backbone. Obviously, my wife, Tommy Joyce, Brendan England, Mike Brown, Gerard Bailey,
Cecil Jones,
Jen Fahey, Cecil Jones.
Yeah, it goes on.
A whole bunch of people.
But I mean, again, getting back to the fact that when you got great people getting together for a great cause, all the money that you raise because you get people volunteering time, that all goes towards the cause.
All of it, which is great. And another thing, you just have to keep it in perspective because you can get caught up in with how much you're going to raise.
Yeah.
And that is the ultimate goal. But awareness is really important, and it helped put me at ease last year, saying, you know what, we're not going to cure diabetes by ourselves. Right. So let's spread the word and get everyone to understand what it is. And by doing that, people are more likely to get involved.
Can you measure that? I mean, obviously with the money, you get 32.5.
Yeah.
But the awareness component, which is just as important, how do you gauge that? Just the simple fact that people are showing up and they're hearing juvenile diabetes,
I'm not sure
is
how
that
you
enough?
Measure it, but how I know we're getting the word out is we have 600 shirts, and they're cool shirts. They're really a great Bobby Neville. So
Bob Neville.
He did the picture, and it's wicked cool with the badge, the wiffle ball bat hitting the ball, and then on the back's JDRF and going for a cure. So that's all over the beaches.
Awesome.
I see it all the time.
I didn't even think of that. Yeah. Do we have an update on the game?
Still 0-0.
All right. Stanley Cup game, still 0-0. We got a couple minutes left, so you haven't missed a thing. I guess, that just the closing question, if, for people watching, obviously, because nobody's watching the Bruins game right now. If you had to make a pitch for a reason to come out, or a reason to donate, a reason to get involved, what do you say to the person who's like, I don't know if I want to stop by the BAC, or I don't know if I want to donate to JDRF? What do you say to that person?
Yeah, I would say that, awareness is important. I knew nothing about JDRF or juvenile diabetes, and I was fortunate, I guess. But once you do learn, you realize how many kids are affected, how many people we know. Everyone I talk to now has it in the family in some way. It's kind of like cancer in a way. Everyone knows someone affected by it.
Yep.
So it's really, it's our responsibility to do something as a community about it. And to come out, like we've said, and have a great day, and have great food, music, and just a lot of laughs, and see some really nice people and celebrities.
Well, Keith Yandel, who plays for the Phoenix Coyotes, will be there. I thought that was super cool last year.
Top 5 defenseman for the Norris this year.
Was he top 5 of the Norris?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
He's bringing his All-Star jersey that we're going to raffle off.
Awesome.
Yeah, we got Rajon Rondo sneakers that we're going to raffle off.
Awesome.
He signed a Shaq signed picture. We got hotels and dinners.
There were a lot of hotels and dinners last year. I didn't win anything. But
unbelievable. We got a trip to Atlantic City, airfare and hotel.
That's cool.
Taylor Swift with a limo, 4 tickets. Kids want that.
Well, I heard you wanted that. Too.
All kinds of sports tickets.
Sports 4-pack.
A 4-pack that you could win, and that's prime seats to the Red Sox, Celtics, Bruins, and Patriots.
And to win those, you got to actually go and buy a raffle ticket. So that's on site.
Yeah. And all that stuff's going to be given away, plus so much more.
It's funny, last year, John O'Toole played last year. Yeah. And I enjoyed seeing an out-of-shape John O'Toole try to stop wiffle balls coming at him like 1,000 miles an hour playing third base. So that and Rene Rancourt may have been a couple
It's
of
like
highlights.
sledding when you're an adult. You don't sled much, so you have to go out and play in the snow when you go skiing. This is like being a kid again.
It's awesome. It's awesome. And, hey, awesome
Thank
to
you for having me, Jamie.
Well,
I think you're going to see the ratings.
The ratings are going to go through the roof. We see a spike every time you're on, just so you know. And I'm sure we'll see it again tonight. All right, thank you so much for watching tonight's show. Again, it's the Field of Dreams Wiffle Ball Tournament, second annual, this Saturday. Starts at 8 a.m. at the Boston Athletic Club in South Boston. You're crazy if you don't go to that event and check it out. Thanks for watching. Call the Cops, everybody. Have a safe week, and good night, everybody.